Alright everybody, and welcome to episode 7 on ManniCraft. This is Black Dogs, and I just want to show you some of the things that we've done off screen. As you can see, I've done a little bit of rearranging here, and I built a second room. Why did I do that? I don't know. So, let's just go in here and take a look around. So, as you can see, I've moved my sorting over here and added some more barrels. I've also added these brass systems. Now they're really easy to build, so I didn't think I needed to show them on screen. It's just 2 pieces of brass and a piece of glass, and then that'll give you everything you need in order to make 8 of these, I think it is. And you just build a bunch of them and put them up. Now this is later on going to be used for the sorting system. There is no sorting system currently. I just thought I'd get that ready. So as you can see, I've kind of rearranged things. I've also got stuff on the other side here, if I can get through the door. There we go. And so yeah, as you can see, I put a little bit more over here. This is more so the magical stuff and things like that, and stuff that I haven't figured out a use for along the bottom. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and set up a bunch of stuff. I went for some additional mining. We have currently a ton of different things, but what I figured out was that sometimes you need a furnace and you don't want the macerator hooked up to it, so, or pulverizer in this case. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to build a blue electric furnace. So let's go ahead and take a look at that here. So we have our blue alloy furnace, the one we've already built. This is the blue electric furnace. It's real simple, just need some clay blocks, iron, and a blue alloy ignite. Now if you take a look at my inventory, I've already got all the stuff we need to build it, so let's just go ahead and quickly put that together. Alright. Alright, so I now have a blue electric furnace. And I'm probably just going to take this sucker and slap it right there. That should automatically give it power. As you can see, it's feeding from the battery box right there. And of course, it's filling back up really quickly because of all the power stuff that we have up there. Alright, so the other thing I've done is I've given myself a little easier access to the basement. So if we go into the mining area here, we'll see that there's a door right here that we can go into. And this is just access to the basement for things like the power system that we put together and all the wiring that we have hidden right now. So we'll just head on back up. Ooh, I get caught on that door. There we go. So what we're going to do now that we've built our blue electric furnace is I want to build a gravity suit. Gravity suits are really nice, and we want to start getting into the bigger builds, so I'm going to need to be able to fly. So looking at a gravity suit here. Now this takes a lot of stuff. We're going to need 4 superconductors, an ultimate lap pack, an HV transformer, a quantum suit, and 2 gravitron engines. So I think the first thing we're going to do is try to build some superconductors today. As you can see, it takes a bunch of superconductor covers, some glass fiber cable, and a gold ingot. These require advanced alloys, iridium plating, and carbon plating. This means we're going to need a compressor. Now I do know that the other resource building that everyone else is using does have a compressor, but I think we need to get into some IC2 stuff ourselves, just so that we have things like a compressor and an extractor and things like that, so that we can make things like rubber and different things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and the first thing we're going to build is going to be a compressor. So let's take a look at what it's going to take to build a compressor. So we've got 2 different types of compressor. We've got a singularity compressor and a regular compressor. We've also got an implosion compressor. So let's take a look at the regular compressor here. It just requires some smooth stone, a machine block, and an electric circuit. A machine block is just some steel or refined iron placed in a circle. An electric circuit is just some copper cabling, redstone, and steel ignite, or refined iron. So the first thing we're going to need to do is go get some rubber. So let's go do that. Now there are some rubber trees that we had found earlier and planted, so we're just going to go over there and I'm going to steal some saplings and we're going to plant some rubber trees here. As you can see, this area needs to be expanded a little bit because the building just barely fits in here now, and so we'll need to create some extra space in there, but we'll do that a little bit later off screen. Now, I did do the building off screen because you guys had seen it before, but if you would prefer to have it on screen, just let me know in the comments, and we will go ahead and get it on screen there for you. So, let's go over here to the rubber trees. We've got an axe. It's not much of an axe, but it'll do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go here, and we're just going to punch down some trees. Now it's actually much easier just to cut down the tree instead of punching all the leaves down. And I know that I probably should have used a tap and came and tapped them, but I just want a sapling so that I can get started over on my side here. So we're just going to let that fall apart. And I'm going to take a look at this. So this one here doesn't have a tap, so we can go ahead and cut it down as well. And hopefully get us some saplings. So now we just got to let those biodegrade. And as you can see, we've already got one sticky resin, and of course some rubber wood, which is always terrific. Now the one thing about the rubber wood is that you can put it in a pulverizer, and you will get you will get sap, which is nice. Not a pulverizer, sorry, the lumber mill. That is something that I do want to build as well, because you'll get more out of your lumber, and it produces some wonderful, wonderful side effects like charcoal. So we're just going to give it a hand here. See if maybe we can get a sapling. So far it's not looking so good. No sapling. Jeez. Alright, so this guy doesn't have a tap either, so we're just going to go ahead and kill him. Oh, looks like we lost our axe. Knew that was going to happen soon. It was almost dead. Alright, so if we don't get one from this one, we're just going to go back and we'll build the other system that'll allow this to turn into rubber here for us. Alright, so we're just going to give that a minute, and hopefully... There we go. So that's not connected to any other tree. It should hopefully fall down and give us a sapling. I just need one sapling, and I think I actually see one inside of there now. Yeah, there's one right there. So now we have a sapling. Well, we got two. Alright, so now we're just going to wait for the rest of these leaves to fall. And then once they've fallen, we'll give them a hand here, of course. We're going to plant our own saplings. Now hopefully I can get more than 3 saplings, because I did take some of their trees here and I'd like to replace them. There's one right there. Alright, so we got 4 saplings. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to replant 2 of their trees, so that way they have them. Oh, it looks like somebody set up a tree farm. Just a little one. Doesn't look like it has much in it. Yeah, it's got a Stirling engine with no power. Nice. Okay. So now we're just gonna head back here. And we'll go with our 2 little saplings here, and I'm just gonna plant those saplings up top here for now, until we have time to clear this out. We'll put them up here. So I'm just gonna plant one here, and one here. And as we can see, it's starting to get closer to night. Luckily, we're at home, so we're going to go ahead and go inside. Alright, so now we got some rubber wood, we got some sticky resin. Let's go ahead and build a, what's that called now? We'll just go to the page and take a look at it. Alright, so let's go ahead and build a sawmill. Just need some wood, a machine frame, an iron axe, redstone, and some copper. So we'll go ahead and build this machine frame first, which we have the iron. We just need some gold and glass. Okay, so we'll just grab a stack of gold here. Seems to be trying to run away from us. And we need some glass, which should be in here. Alright. We're going to need some wood for sticks. And we're going to need some copper. Now, copper is right here. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of it, but we've got a decent amount. Well, we're also going to need some redstone. I almost forgot about that. So we'll go ahead and grab some redstone. I don't know if anyone else can notice, we are experiencing a little bit of lag on the server here right now. We were working with some couple of things, trying to get things working properly, and for EE3, and unfortunately so far we haven't managed to get it quite right. So it's running the server down a little bit here now, because it probably needs to be restarted, so we'll probably do that after this episode. Alright, so we have our machine frame, we've got our coil. What else do we need? We need some wood, an iron axe. Okay, so now we have some wood, so we're just going to go like that. We'll take these, we'll take 2 of them and turn them into sticks. We'll build our iron axe. So now we should have everything we need in order to build the sawmill. So now we just put our wood here, put our machine frame there, axe head there, that there, and these here. And that gives us a sawmill. Now the sawmill, I think we're going to put right over here. We'll actually just use the sawmill to beat out that spot. Go back upstairs. Alright, so we now have a sawmill. Now a sawmill has outputs and things like that, but we're actually going to turn all that off. And we'll probably leave that as an input, so that way we can put a hopper on it at a later time. Unfortunately, right now, the switch is there, so we can't really put a hopper there either. But I don't think we'll really need one. So now we're going to need another gold conductive pipe. And unfortunately, we had a small explosion on our previous engine, so we lost some of our gold piping. It's one thing you got to watch out for, is that although this engine can explode, if there's too much buildup of power, it definitely will take out the gold piping. That's always an issue, because the gold piping can only store so much power. Alright, so we can turn this on now and just let this build up with some power. As you can see, it's building up pretty quickly as the engine warms up. Really like that blue electric engine down there. And I've never really had a problem with power, except for sometimes at night. But we got plenty of power built up there, so we should be fine. Okay. So now that that's built up about halfway, we're going to go ahead and put this in here. And I'm pretty sure it said rubber wood was supposed to work. Huh. That's odd. Let's take a look at rubber wood. I bet you it's this rubber wood, isn't it? Industrial sawmill will get you the wood, this, and an empty cell. A sawmill. Okay. So now we look for sawmill on here. Industrial power furnace sawmill. So yeah, sawmill is supposed to be able to use rubber wood to turn it into jungle wood planks, apparently. And that's very odd, because I could have sworn it was supposed to give rubber. But apparently that's the industrial sawmill. So let's take a look at the industrial sawmill. That is definitely IC2. That's never good. Alright, so apparently the sawmill is not going to get us what we need for rubber here. I'm pretty sure at one point it did. Something must have changed. But we can, of course, stick a piece of wood in there. And I believe it is because it has a redstone signal. We'll just disable that completely. So yeah, you get 6 wood planks and a piece of sawdust for each piece of wood that you do. And if you just do a few of them, six, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, you get 9 pieces of that together. You can actually go to a crafting station and take these and go. I could have swore that's what the shape crafting was. Let's take a look at that. Sawdust. So to get the compressed sawdust, oh, it's a box. Okay, so you only need 8. So there you go, you get your compressed sawdust, and then you should be able to take that and stick it in a... I'm going to try this furnace and see if it works in this furnace. It does. So you can just stick that in there, and when it comes out, you get a piece of charcoal. We're just going to take our charcoal and stick it... No, not in that one. I want to stick it in this one. So there you go, we now have a piece of charcoal. It's semi-useless other than that, but it also gives you 6 wood planks instead of 4 for every piece of wood, so you can make your wood stretch a little further, basically. Which is always nice. I'm actually going to keep a few of those. And we'll keep those. Uh-oh. What do we got? It's an angry zombie. I have never seen an angry villager zombie. They can't seem to use stairs for some reason. That's okay. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and put that one there. And we'll put the brain away and the zombie flesh. So it looks like we are going to have to build an Industrial 2 system in order to get that. And unfortunately, that means that our sticky resin... Oh, hang on. I'm wondering. No, you can't do anything else with it other than stick it in a furnace. Okay. I was hoping that you could put it somewhere else and maybe get something out of it. Of course, you know, we could have looked that up as well. So we can see we can smelt it. It's used for that. You can extract it. You can put an industrial centrifuge. Put it in a powered furnace. Actually, the industrial centrifuge is the way to go. If you don't mind waiting, you get a plant ball, compressed plant, and rubber. For 8, you get 28. So that's 3 times 8 is 24. So you actually get more rubber out of this system than you would out of any other. You get 4 additional rubber. And you also get the plant balls and the compressed plants, which is kind of nice. So we do have a piece of rubber. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're actually just going to take our rubber wood for now. And we're going to put it in our empty container over here. Oh. See what I mean by lag? I thought I had walked through the door. Alright, so now we have a couple of these planks now. So we're just going to build a tree tap. Alright. Let's go out and see. Oh, those trees are still babies. So we'll grab some bone meal. The other thing that I've noticed here lately on this server is that even during the day, the spiders can sometimes be mean. Let's take a look at that other guy who's trying to get me. Alright, so look at that, a tree tap. So just go ahead and tap that. Now, I usually like to just knock off the leaves here, because you can get additional tree taps. Where'd that go? Did I pick it up? I must have. So, and then it allows you to look at the next log too and just see if you see any tree taps. And then we make this guy big, and we see there's a tree tap right here. Wow, those things fly far, eh? Alright. So now I usually just like to knock, like I said, one set of leaves off, because it allows you to see a little further into the tree. You never know when you're going to find a second tree tap. Alright. So we got some additional sticky resin now. And we can go ahead and put that in the furnace. I'll prefer using this furnace over that one. Is the power still on? Yeah, see, as you can see, I left the power on. And I betcha we're going to take a look. Yeah, see? There's a huge amount of power buildup in here. And if that gets too large, that will blow up those pipes, because they can only hold so much power. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to take a piece of wood, put it in there, just use up some of that power. There we go. So now if we go and take a look, we should see that that power has been at least partially used. Yeah, see, there we go, it's all gone. Just a small power buildup. The pipes do store some power, which is kind of nice. And of course it will dissipate with time. That is another upside to that, is that it does dissipate with time. And I have a ton of copper, so we can go ahead and make some copper wiring. That should just be... That'll get me 6 copper wires. Now, I'm actually going to bake some uninsulated copper. Because I can make some additional wiring there by doing it that way. Now this wiring goes in here. Alright, so what do we need next for the extractor? So for the extractor, we need the electronic circuit, which is going to take some steel or refined iron. So now to refine iron is really simple. Just take some iron, put it in a furnace. And you get refined iron. Better than iron. There you go. So now I think we just needed, we need 8 there. And we need 1 there. So we need 9 total. So we'll go ahead and put 8 more in here. And to take refined iron and turn it back into regular iron, you just need to put it back in your pulverizer, run it through the furnace again, and that'll turn it back into regular iron, in case you ever make too much. It's always nice to know. Alright. So as we can see, our batteries are building up nicely again. We got any wind power up there? There's no wind, so we're running completely off solar. This should almost be done here. Alright, so that gives us our 9 refined iron. So now I should be able to go like this. Oh, no, not in the blue alloy furnace, that's for sure. Should be able to go over here. And just go like this. And this is something I'm going to want to build a recipe for later on, because it does take up some stuff. This is stuff, the machine blocks and the circuits, we're going to be using that a lot. So I'm probably going to make some recipes for that using one of these guys. Unfortunately, there's not much space left in that one, so I'll have to make a new one in order to do that. Okay, so now that we got those done, we need some taps. I think it was 4 taps, and they can't be used taps, which is kind of sad because I got that tap there that I wasn't probably going to use again. And there we go, we got our 4 taps. So now we'll go like this, and we click that. We put our machine block here, we put our electric circuit here, and put our 4 tree taps down. Now the downside here is currently I have no way to run this extractor. So I have a wonderful extractor here, as you can see, but no way to run it. I can extract off redstone though, which is kind of nice. So like I can build up a little bit of energy by putting a piece of redstone in there. And, oh, maybe not. That's alright. So, we will go ahead and get ourselves a furnace. So now a furnace, I don't think I need to go in there yet. Let's take a look. So a furnace is just like, oh no, I'm not looking for a furnace, I'm looking for a generator. Oh, and apparently I can't spell. So generator is really simple, requires a battery, some more refined iron, and an iron furnace. Now an iron furnace requires just iron ingots all the way around, or you can save some iron by using a furnace. Now we happen to have a couple of furnaces that are not being used, so let's go ahead and make an iron furnace. So now we just do that. Let's save some iron. There you go. We now have an iron furnace. Now I'm going to need 3 pieces of refined iron again, so we'll go ahead and put 3 more in here. And then while we're waiting, we'll take a look at that battery. The battery... Huh. Can't look at a battery for some reason. There we go. So it requires a couple of redstone, some tin, and a copper cable. Or you can do it with pulverized lead and sulfur, a copper cable. And you'll get 2. Unfortunately, we do have the pulverized lead. We don't have any sulfur. We don't have any sulfur for this one either. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to go with this little guy here using the redstone. And as you saw from the lag there, it said that we still had 2 left to do, but we didn't actually have any left to do. So let's go ahead and build our battery. So now I'm going to need tin for the battery. So I believe you're tin. You're nickel, actually. You're lead. You must be tin. Silver. Are you tin? Yes. Give me tin. Okay. Just getting used to where everything is now. So now we take our tin, oh, not bone meal, tin. We just put that along the edges. Take our redstone, put it there. And take our cable and put it there. And now we have a battery. Why did I run over here when I want to be back in here? So now we put our battery up on top, take 3 refined iron, and an iron furnace on the bottom. Now we have our generator. Now, in general, I don't like to run these touching each other because I find it's just a waste of energy. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the generator right there. Why? Because it won't power this stuff. Now that means that we're going to need some additional wiring in order to wire that up. So that's not a problem though. We just need to... You know what? I'm actually going to do one thing here. We need some additional rubber. So I'm just going to make a battery, actually. We're going to grab that piece of charcoal we made earlier. which will really help us out. I'm going to go to this generator. I'm going to put the charcoal in there, and it's going to start burning. And we're just going to take this battery and put it in here. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can take the power and put it over there. Once we've done that, we can extract that rubber wood we have over here, which will allow us to get some additional rubber. Because we need wiring. So if you take a look, that got us 4,000 from a single piece of charcoal. Okay, so now we just take this and we put it in here. And we do this. And you'll see that it'll extract it, and each one of these will get us a piece of rubber. Now, later on, we're going to want to make sure that we are getting the most out of everything we can. So there you go, a piece of rubber. So now we're just going to let that go for a little bit. And actually, I want to see how quickly it's draining that battery. It's only going to get about 3 pieces of rubber for this battery charge. That's okay. We should be able... Okay. We can always recharge the battery. I wonder if a battery will charge on blue electric. I've never tried. In theory, you can put batteries in there. I'm actually going to give that a try here right now. We're just going to take that out. And I want to see if this will go in here. It'll go in. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything, which is quite unfortunate. Alright, now I know we have some coal coke, so just gotta find it here. I do believe it might be in this chest right here. No? Oh, where's our coal coke? We should have a few pieces. Oh, right here. 20 pieces of coal coke. There we go. And now I should be able to drop a couple of those in there. These run much hotter than, much longer than coal, allowing us to get a fuller charge on our battery. Now, I think we're still going to operate off of these 3 items here. I don't see a point in using IC2 ones. We're just going to get an extractor, probably get a compressor and put it there. And then we'll probably put up some RedPower lighting. So, let's see how that's coming. Oh, that's good. We'll let that build up a charge there. And we'll just drain some of the power into here now. Nothing's getting full. So we're just going to take our battery out. And that's going to still continue to operate while the battery's not in there. And we're just going to steal all that energy. So as you can see, 1 piece of coal coke was all we needed for this particular project. Now, we're going to need a battery box because we don't want to waste that energy. So let's take a look at what it's going to take to build a battery box. So we're already on battery. If we go back 1, we can go to bat box. We're just going to build this little guy. We need 3 batteries, a piece of copper wire, and some wood. Now we've already got 1 battery, so we're going to build 2 more batteries. Unfortunately, we have no wiring. But if I just grab what we've gotten so far in rubber, I'm just going to quickly fill up this battery here with what's left. And then we'll completely drain the battery. Alright, so now I've gotten a couple pieces of rubber. We do have a couple pieces of this. So we can take our uninsulated copper wiring, put some rubber in there, and bam! Now I'm going to consider rubber a natural plant item. I think that's probably the best way to go there. And we'll just go ahead and build our batteries now. Alright. Okay, so we got 2 out of 3 batteries. I'm going to let that continue running for a bit. Alright, that should be good. I don't know if a partially filled battery will work for this. I have never actually done it this way. Then we just take a piece of wire, we put it there. Yeah, so it appears that a battery that is partially filled will not work for this. So I guess we're stuck with that battery. It's okay, we still got enough wiring that we can make another battery. And then put these across. Wood along the bottom. And a copper cable in the middle, making our bat box. Now our bat box is going to have to go somewhere. Probably down below. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go over here and go, and we'll just use this. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a bat box. Right there, actually. Should do nicely. Should be able to run the wiring straight down into the bat box and then run more wiring over. So now we're going to go ahead and put this back in here so that that can continue. Gonna need that one more piece of rubber. We'll build some more wires. Alright, so we got our 6 rubber needed. We've already got copper in our hands. So we build 6 more wiring. It's always a pain to try to get in this door. There we go. And if we just do that and check the bat box, we'll see that it's already collecting the power that was in there. And it holds 40,000, so it shouldn't have a problem holding a couple pieces of coal coke. Well, the downside here is I have to run this over there. So what we're going to want to do is just kind of dig this out. And I don't have a pick, so we'll have to correct that as well. We'll probably get a shovel while we're at it. So we'll just go in here. And I'm just going to make a stone pick for getting rid of that stone. And then a shovel while we're at it. So now I have my stone pick and I have my shovel. I'm going to head back down here. Never ever dig straight down like I just did. I know exactly what's below this, so because of my cavern, so I'm not really too worried about digging straight down right there. But you should never dig straight down, especially if you don't know what's below you. I have a tendency to do that, and I have a tendency to die. But I think everybody's done it at least once in their life. They just dig straight down thinking, oh, I'll be fine. And of course, you know, I'm going to say over half the time you do dig straight down, you are perfectly fine. The problem is that once or twice that you're not. You lose a whole bunch of stuff that you had on you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we're just going to go ahead and fill this in with dirt. Oh, I appear to be stuck. There we go. So now I'm going to need an Industrialcraft wrench so that I can change that direction. Because I actually want it to point down. So let's take a look at wrench again. And the wrench I actually need should be this guy. Bronze. Or is it this guy? Oh, this one's Industrialcraft too. So, alright, so we're going to need some bronze. Well, bronze is really easy to make. Just grab this and get yourself some bronze. So, I need 6. Okay, that'll make the wrench that we need. And unfortunately this wrench doesn't last very long. That's the downside here. So what we do is we go like this. Now I'm just going to dig another level down, just so I can look at it. And left click it. And make it point downward. And we want it to point downward so that we can run our cabling and not have too much to worry about. Oh, wait, I don't need to run that far down. And then we'll just refill the holes we made. Okay. So now I need that to run all the way over there, so we will do that. So as you can see, I'm now almost full on my bat box, which is terrific. And we'll go back up here. I do believe we should have some final rubber. Unfortunately, that is not going to be enough for what we need. So, we'll make an axe. So we've already got this made up, so we can just do that. We can take an axe. And I'm going to have to go chop down those trees. Hopefully they give me some saplings. So I highly doubt their taps are ready yet. Oh, look at that, their taps are ready. We can go ahead and reuse the taps and not have to worry too much about it. I can't believe they're ready. Is this guy ready to be used again? No, he's not. That tap has now been closed off because I tried to get a little extra out of it. So, tall tree, but has very little for taps. He is gone. Well, apparently, he's taller than I thought he was. There we go. And I'm just going to use my axe to get down. Alright, so that'll take care of that. That should be enough. We're just going to let that decompose. We go and put this into the extractor and get some more rubber. Now first things first, we're going to put our sticky resin in, because our sticky resin will get you more rubber than anything. So it should get us 3. So we'll let that run. We should hopefully have, we've got about 3,000 power left. Should be able to get one more out of that. And we can build some of our wiring and get the extractor up and running properly. Alright. So now we go here. grab our copper again. The reason we're using copper cabling, of course, is it's low resistance, easy to build. We don't have that many diamonds, so I don't want to be using HV cable or anything like that. And there's really no sense in using the other ones when we have plenty of copper. No, I'm 2 pieces short. We'll need our axe though. The lag's causing some issues here. That's alright, we got some more rubber now. So now we can go and then go bam bam bam, get some more wiring. Back down into the basement we go. And the basement's only really used for things like wiring, but and there you go, it now has power. Now I'm actually going to pre-do this here. This is going to go here. And that means that we're going to need another wire right here. Now I am aware that adding that wire added to the resistance and is going to cause a little bit of loss, but that's alright. So we'll go ahead and put our rubber wood in here now that we have power and our battery's completely used up. Shouldn't be having an issue now though. Alright, so what do we need for a compressor? So for the compressor we need some stone, another machine block, an electronic circuit. Alright, well, just looking at the amount of time we've been recording for here, and it looks like we're out of time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end this episode off right here with our extractor made and our wire ran. We've got a generator, we've got a bat box, and we'll go ahead and end this episode right here, and we will be back to build that other machine. Alright?